I am going to do a little salad of trout and watercress and horseradish. Now, everybody thinks that British food is, you know, stodgy, steak and kidney pies, bangers and mash, and we love it, or I love it, but it's also about fresh ingredients. It's had a resurgence, like Australian food, in the last 20 years, where it's become stratospheric. You know, we're using all sorts of fresh produce and sort of grabbing things that have been lost, like cheeses and, you know, langoustines and things that used to be sold abroad that now we're using, which is a great thing. Beautiful. So, I'm going to do a little river and hedgerow type dish using trout.
So this is going to be slow cooked?
Using horseradish. So I'm going to slow cook this. So I'll just pop this in the oven at 60 degrees. And what we want is a lovely piece of opaque fish. All right? So a bit of olive oil. Very English olive oil.
Very, extremely English.
Global warming,
I have said. What does it say on the front of that? Greek extra virgin.
Oh.
I actually, Greek extra virgin. I know my mother's a virgin. My sister's a virgin. She's got 2 kids. But extra virgin, what's that all about? Is it like extra virgin? I don't know.
Right, back onto this.
Right.
So trout in the oven, and you can go for your
right.
soup. 65 degrees. I've put on a bit of bacon, and I'm using, this is for my river and hedgerow dish, and I'm using streaky bacon, okay? And streaky bacon is very English, actually. It's cured in a salt brine, rather than cooked bacon, which we have here in Australia. So it's got a very different flavour. It's got a very different taste. It's quite punchy. It's got a lot of salt in it. And I'm frying that until I get like a little bacon crumble, all right? Because it goes well with trout. Now I've got fresh watercress, fumbling my curds. I've got fresh watercress leaves, and I've got some radish and little baby potatoes that I've just put a bit of salt on both of those and a little squeeze of lemon juice. Now the horseradish. Who uses fresh horseradish? Oh, one person out of 2,500. Fantastic. Stop buying the stuff in the supermarket. It looks like that. All right? Much like a pencil, actually, George. Oh. Now, really aromatic. We all eat wasabi because we love sushi. So start using fresh horseradish because it's the same sort of flavor. And it's got that really sharp, peppery, astringent flavor that will really bring a dish out. Good for your roast beef, but good in a dish like this, right? So we're grating it through a microplane, which is a flashy little grater. And it's as easy as this. You can grate this, put it in a jar, put it a little splash of vinegar and pop it in your fridge, and it will last almost indefinitely. I don't know how long indefinitely is, but it will last a long time. Now, I've got some cream, some mascarpone, and a little bit of salt, and a touch of lemon, a little bit of salt, and I'm going to put a drizzle of hazelnut oil in there. Just give it a little kick of flavor.
You can just smell that horseradish from here. It's beautiful.
Oh, hang on a minute. Let me find someone that can smell.
We need a...
Who can smell?
Confirmation. Oh. We need a confirmation.
Here. Smell that. Tell me how strong.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Smell? It'll rip the inside of your nose out if you're not careful. It's so strong. All right, but just going to mix that and put a little bit of mascarpone in. And the reason I'm putting mascarpone in, and that's English, as we know.
Totally English.
To all the Italians out there, is it's just going to thicken it up and give it a bit more texture. So that's basically, I'm there, George.
You're there?
I just
Do you want me to grab the salmon for you?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, messy.
You know, I'm very proud of us today, Gary. Oh,
why are you proud of us?
I forgot that's hot. We haven't said the fuck word once. Oh. I mean, it's amazing.
George, there's children in the audience. Sit down on the naughty chair.
Naughty chair for me.
Just for 30 seconds.
Actually, while we're on the naughty chair, Gordon gave me a little present out the back. He gave me all of his plates. They're amazing. He didn't realise I'm Greek.
I thought you were going to do it.
I won't do it. I can't do it.
You didn't want to upset Gordon,
such a lovely present from him.
Right, all I'm doing is just slicing this little bit of trout. And it looks very opaque, but it is cooked. Try that.
A little chef treat.
Yep. Lovely. All right.
Delicious.
Yep. Just going to cut that into little chunks.
It makes sense. I mean, we eat sushi, don't we? So
yeah, we do. And people are afraid of undercooking their seafood, but I don't think you should. The worst thing that can happen is that it actually... Give me a spoon, give me a spoon. Give me a spoon. Oh, here, George, I've got one.
A spoon.
I've got one. I'm good.
You got one? Okay.
I am dipping that in the deep fryer. Don't worry. I'm going to wipe that. Just wipe the oil off. It's just because it's hot. And I'm going to put a nice little quenelle there. Just maybe one today. What do you think?
You
And a smudge?
Why not? That's what all the fancy chefs are doing at the moment.
Apparently they are, George. They're doing all that. That's enough of those. A few potatoes, like that. Are you going to give me another interesting Greek fact, or you?
Greek.
What else did they invent? Christmas?
Christmas trees. They're actually boats, but yeah, they did that.
Well, they invented Christmas
look,
trees.
We don't like to
what
brag
did it
too
symbolise?
much, you know.
What did it symbolise?
I don't know.
Tree?
A good question. I'm not too sure. You know what? If we don't think we invented it, we make it up and lie and say we did. You know. So just.
Now I've got some lovely cress leaves going on there, and also some little rosemary flowers that I picked from my garden.
Oh, they look beautiful.
I did. You're giggling, but I did pick them from my garden this morning. All right? Because you eat with your eyes, don't you? And it's got to look gorgeous. And some watercress. Like that. And then finally,
that is gorgeous.
A little drizzle of hazelnut oil, and I've got to put that bacon crumble on.
Yep. Here you go. Here's a spoon.
Yep. Fantastic. When it's nice and brown, just put a little bit on. And what it gives you is just that nice textural difference between the salty bacon, the lovely, smooth, oily ocean trout, and that, you know, astringent horseradish. Beautiful, huh?
Delicious, Gary. Absolutely
How about that for
delicious.
an old-fashioned English dish?
Woo! That
Loving
is
it. Looks beautiful.
sensational.